this is so you.
Yeah, no, if you want to go to the toilet, I'll wait outside. Yeah. I'll wait outside. Brilliant. How are you guys doing? And Norman Foster was commissioned to build a big roof over the centre. Now, he is a modernist architect. He created the Harry Potter Bridge at the centre of London, okay? A very famous architect, and this was done for the millennium. The idea is it's meant to give you the wow factor when you go inside. So as we walk through, prepare to be wowed when you go through. As you look at the roof, look how amazing it is.
Mom does this, my dad does this, she's like...
Did you see?
Wow, it's quite impressive. Right in the centre of this building here is the old reading room. It's originally opened in 1858. Okay? It's really more new. But it's become very iconic, and many, many famous people used to study in the reading room. It's become very infamous. People like Arthur Conan Doyle, the guy that wrote Sherlock Holmes, and we had people like Virginia Woolf. It's the oldest part of this current building at the moment. So when this building was actually commissioned to be built, anyone know he was famous for? Something like that. So he was a king that we say here in England. Under his rule, we lost the Americans. Also, during his old age, he went a little bit crazy. Okay, and he had a disease called Victoria. Made him go mad. The last 10 years he was alive, he was unfit to rule. So his son, who was also called George, he was ruling as the Prince Regent during this period. And when he died, of course, Prince Regent became king, King George IV, and it was him that opened this building. Now, of course, King George III commissioned Sir Robert Smirke to build this building in this modern Greek style. And as you can see today, it's not really a library. Originally it was. The reason it's not a library anymore is because in 1998, the library was moved. And there was a separate institution that was created called the British Library. And all of the books from here were moved to the British Library. And this today, this room, is being titled or called, really from about 1680 to 1820, okay? A period of time where there was a lot of advancements being made. We were finding out a lot, about the world, about how sciences, how the bodies worked, many different things. And I suppose much of this sort of like scientific advancement, I guess, was done in many ways really off the back of highly lucrative transatlantic slave trade. So it causes us to look at some of this period of time in a slightly different light these days. We're going to shadow along that scheme of things a little bit later. The oldest items created by humans. You probably can't get much older than a hand axe. Now, we have a large selection of hand axes here in the British Museum. But these two hand axes, particularly this one on the left, goes back or dates back around 400,000 years. A long time. Now, hand axes, of course, were very important for early humans, yeah. They were created by what we call a napper. And what the napper will have done is he would have got stones and chipped off the edges to create a sharp edge. And of course, with a nice heavy end, this could have been used for chopping down trees. Right. This could have been used for hunting. It could have been used for eating. It could have been used for skinning an animal, a sharp edge. So it could have been used for many things. You know what this was like 400,000 years ago? This was almost like a Swiss Army knife. A Swiss Army knife for the Stone Age people. So that's really what it's like. We have many of them here. If you're looking at some of the earlier Ethiopia, and that goes back about 2 million years.
All over the world.
president of the museum here called Sir Hans Sloane. So Hans Sloane was a very important person. He was born in 1660, so a very long time ago. He was born in Northern Ireland, a place called Ulster, and he trained to become a doctor. He became a physician, and he became very accomplished at the job. And he actually became a personal physician to King George I and King George II. Of course, as a physician and a doctor, he was always trying to find out. See, it's been removed. Let's go to this side. This is one we can touch. We will see the original one later. This, of course, is one where we can talk about it more easily. It's going to be very You know what? This is what we call a story of legends written on here, okay?
It's like a magic spell book.
This is the
Saying
Rosetta Stone.
and something the spell.
Yes,
Not
yes.
quite, but I'll tell you what, it is very interesting. This here is called the Rosetta Stone. Probably one of the most...
Like horns of fire sounds stops or lightning.
It's
Like a spell.
I don't remember what was it, but it was a translation.
Basically, in terms of there's been a lot of legend and curiosity about the Egyptians. There's so much that we haven't understood. Now, of course, the Egyptians have their own language, but one of the languages that they have, which was for kings, queens, high priests, those that were highest in society, was ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. This is the language of intellectuals. And so that's the language of politicians.
Now what's the?
That represents the people's name.
What's the?
Some of the slides represent and these were meant to represent the picture. Can you see the nose and the moustache? The moustache is the tail of the bird, and the eyebrows, these are the wings of a bird with the head of a bird. So these are mythical creatures. Wow. This was for a very wealthy person, very wealthy king. But interestingly, this here was the inspiration for Darth Vader from Star Wars.
Right.
And you can
Look at chess, Mat.
Chess player.
1931, and they've been removed from Walrus Ivory. In fact, it's called the Lewis Chessman set. Really, the world's most famous chess set because it was found just off the Isle of Lewis. There was 93 gaming pieces that were discovered. Most of them are chess pieces. We know that half of them will have been dyed red. Okay, and I guess the game of chess really originated in India. Yeah, around 500 AD, and was really taken on by the Islamic world. And I guess it was a game that was depicting war. Not technical potential motion, but it does look pretty cool. I like it too. I like it too. This here is the ship. And this has been created for a wealthy family for them to entertain their guests. I know, they're cool, aren't they? And so on the inside of here, there's actually an organ as it was entertaining guests. But the grand finale, the cannon at the front with the fire, and the puppet smoke to the front, and then all of the other cannons in the fire. That's the grand finale of the art. What a great way to entertain your guests for very wealthy people in the century. So, These were taken from the entrances to the city. Originally they would have been painted and they would have looked very intimidating. So if you look at them, they look strong. However, if you look at the side, you might notice they have an extra line. It would look like they were riding around the place. Untold damage. But of course, in Iraq, many of these
노야 아니면 더.
Thank you, Gulu.
किस लिए?
ये इंडस वैली का है.
Thank you for what?
For taking video.
Yeah, I will do video of it.
Gypsy.
बोले तुम यहीं वेट करोगे हम उधर से आ रहे हैं होएगा तो नहीं यहीं पे रहेगा
हाँ
आ जाओ मेरे साथ
yeah, वो coming.
देख कर आता ये माधव यहाँ पे
I will also sit here.
चलो वो चंद्रा को देखते हैं